I'm Jen Burson. I'm the founder of Generation PR and the creator of the Profitable PR Pros group. We are going to chat today all about running your agency. And it's one of those, if I would have known then what I know now type of moments, what would I have done differently, or I could have had X results faster, that sort of talk. And if you could start your agency over again, what would you change, if anything? And, I wouldn't change much, but I think that there are some things that could be optimized, streamlined, learned earlier, all of that. So we're going to talk about that. I will stand by leaving law 17 years ago to start my agency Generation as the best thing, the best decision that I've ever made. Leaping into PR with no experience, when I tell you guys no experience, no contacts, that's what I did. And so that's an alternative path to getting a degree or working at an agency and coming up through the ranks. There is another way to do this. So I know it's possible to be successful with a different path because I did it without having contacts or experience. I know that sounds crazy, but I learned by doing. And I've learned so much over the last more than 17 years. There are a few things that I probably would have done differently if I were starting from scratch all over again. So I have 7 things that I would do differently if I was just beginning my journey as an agency owner now, okay? Number 1 is I would be more selective about the kinds of clients that I worked with and not be afraid to turn down opportunities. So this is saying no to things that don't align with your goals, your business, your interests, your ultimate niches that you want to be a part of. So I want you to think about all the times that you've had a friend or a coworker or some random connection, like college roommate's cousin, it's like always these randos like, hey, you do PR, where they reached out with a great opportunity for you to support their business. And all of those little side things that you do because some money is better than none, or so-and-so needs your help, so you're going to have to help them out. They are stepping stones down a path in the wrong direction. Just go down the wrong direction. And we know now that all of the work that we do, all the experience, all of the contacts we make are all building our business, our expertise, the results we can get, and represent what's possible for other clients that come our way. So you don't want to just take those things for the sake of getting a retainer. Why? If you're not passionate and excited about something, you can't be as effective to represent a client. I'm sorry, but if you don't believe in it, you're not passionate about it, I feel that what we are doing is is very much aligned with sales. And you have to believe in it. You have to believe in the results, the outcome, the product, the quality, the cool factor, whatever it is. If you're going to be that client's representative, you have to have a genuine passion for the company you're representing in order to be as successful as you can be for yourself and for them, and enjoy the work that you're doing, which I feel is very important as an agency owner. I think that we need to build businesses that we actually enjoy working on. If you're going to quickly level up your retainers and the caliber of clients that you work with, you have to niche down. You niche down to grow your retainers and your client base. You don't have to commit to a niche right out of the gate, so I don't want that to scare you. You can definitely try different things and see what you like, see what resonates, what you're getting great results in. But if you're just taking a client for a paycheck and you know that you're not going to be working in that particular industry long term, you're going to get stuck. So think about it. You're going down a path where you're making media contacts, you're pitching probably contacts that you don't have any prior relationship with, probably an industry that you don't really have a lot of expertise or knowledge about. You want to go deep. When you have an expertise, billion-dollar companies come to you for support. They're not going to come to you if you're a generalist. If you serve all people, you do all things, you're not going to attract the premium clients who can pay a retainer that's a lot higher for the expertise that they need. So the results also that you get for your clients, you leverage them to get bigger clients and put yourself out there showing the kind of results you get. So when you get results for these types of clients, it doesn't matter long term. And in fact, it's going to draw in more of what you don't want to do. We're going to niche down, become experts, don't take everything that comes your way. And think about it. Just because you offer a service does not mean that every single person interested in that service gets to work with you, because that's going to send you down the wrong path. So number 2, I would not get so stuck on branding and how things look and being perfect and having it be beautiful. And I would just start doing the work. So be willing to put yourself out there, even if your online presence isn't where you want it to be yet. Do as much as you can with what you have, and don't allow that need for perfection stop you from making progress, from moving forward and starting your business. All that stuff comes with time. When I talk about case studies, that comes with time. You can't put case studies on your website if you're brand new. What's going to be on your website? Not a lot. And that's okay. You can have an information page. We used to call it a landing page, with just your contact info. You basically just need an email address, some way for people to connect with you, and you can hit the ground running from there. And the other thing is that you tend to spend a lot of money on things like branding and a web presence in the beginning when you aren't fully sure the direction, the kind of clients you want to attract with your agency. So maybe you put out this brand identity that doesn't fit where you ultimately will end up. And you spend a lot of money and a lot of time working on that, and it may change quickly down the road. So your brand identity is going to change many, many times. I think I've had 17 years. I think I've had 5 different brand identity looks and feels, whatever that is. And what I have tried to do is grow in the direction that it's not where I am, but where I want to be, so that there is some longevity to it. So think about that. It changes many times. In the beginning, you just need to start creating results, contacts, press wins. You don't need fancy branding to get results. And you can get your first few clients with personal relationships, networking, and over time, you can leverage those results to add to your website and create a beautiful presence that's reflective of the kind of business that you're building and the kind of clients that you want to attract. But don't let that need for perfection keep you from just getting started, gaining experience, creating results. And when you ultimately do build a website and create a brand, don't think of where you are now. Think of what you're growing, and you're going to grow into it, because you don't want to quickly outgrow your branding and have it feel dated or have it feel, small or not like reflective of where you're headed. You want it to be where you're headed and have longevity for you. So that's 2. Hit the ground running and get results. That's what matters. Leverage your results. Don't try to make it perfect and beautiful right out of the gate. It's expensive and your mind's going to change. Number 3, I would stand up for myself and not let clients walk all over me. And it took me a really long time to realize that one client does not make or break my business. I love an anchor client. I think that's fantastic to have like an anchor client that you're known for. You grow together. I used to worry that my very first paying client that I worked with for 11 years, that gave me the opportunity to establish an expertise and be known in the baby and kid space, I would worry that if I didn't have them, the narrative would be that they outgrew me and that we're left in the dust. We're no longer relevant. That was the narrative that I told myself. I was so scared to lose that client that I was jumping. She'd say, jump, and I'd say, how high, when? I'll do it right now. There was a lot of gaslighting of like, you're amazing, you're the best. We want to hire you to do X, Y, Z, but we don't want to pay you any more money. And I am like, but it's a new service and it costs money. Well, we don't need you. We can get anyone and we could I was just like, didn't you just tell me that? I was just like a lot of I didn't know the word gaslighting back then, but this was a gaslighting situation. So took me a long time to realize that one client doesn't make or break my business. And if I have a client that is not being respectful, and this goes to my being respectful to my team, we don't tolerate that. We don't tolerate that. You get to choose how your business feels. You get to choose who gets access to you and who gets to work with you. Isn't that cool? That's why we're running our own businesses. You get to choose how your business feels. Clients get access to you. They get amazing access to you, right? And they get the ability to reach you directly, but you get to choose who you allow to have that access. And you're able to set boundaries as to when and how clients can contact you, and your clients have to respect those boundaries. They have to. You know, it's an equal mutual relationship. You have to set your own working hours. And for me, my nights and weekends are for my family and for myself. And so we set the precedent really early that we're not working during those hours. Like even if I am, I don't hit send. I will schedule emails to go out in the morning because I don't want clients to think that I'm up working, because that means that they think they can access me. So I will return messages instantly during the workday, but on nights and weekends, it's waiting till the next working moment, you know, the next normal business hours. So you set that precedent that you're unreachable unless it's an emergency. So you have your boundaries. Clients need to follow them. And when a client doesn't treat you with respect, they don't get to work with you. They don't get to have access to you. They don't get to make you miserable, and they don't get to make you feel crazy or insecure. A lot of clients have these manipulation tactics that they use to get their service providers to over-deliver. Right? It's this toxic client. They try to make you feel like you're on the razor's edge of being fired so they can keep your rate down and keep your effort in check. Like you want to just keep like, well, what am I going to do to win your affection? What am I going to do to make you happy? And if you don't like how clients make you feel, then you don't have to work with them. And clients also don't get to tell you how you run your business. They don't get to dictate how you provide your services. Doing work you enjoy goes hand in hand with clients you truly enjoy and aren't temperamental. I love all our clients right now. I love them all. I love the people. I love the products. I love the brands. I love the team. I love the story. I'm so lucky that I, get to have that. And it's been intentional. It really has been intentional. And I have fired clients before. I had a team member who had just had a baby, and the client was very rude to her right after she delivered her baby. And I stood up for her and I said, that's unacceptable. This is what she has been doing for you. And we, parted ways, but I just thought it's not worth it. And it was a brand I really loved, and I'm super bummed that it had to end that way. So they don't get to tell you also what services you offer, right? So if they want something, and in your experience, your expertise, that's not how you would recommend they get the outcomes that they're looking for, you can say that. And they don't get to tell you, oh, by the way, this is my thinking on this one is like, well, I only want to pay if I get results. Or I really only want a 3-month agreement. Stand up for yourself. Don't let clients walk all over you. Don't let them tell you how to run your business. Clients don't get to come and tell you this is how I want it, because you're like, that's not how we do things. And by the way, you're starting with the outcomes that they're looking for. And if they tell you this is how I want to get that outcome, and you know that that's not the right approach, you're the expert. So tell them that. Okay. Number 4, I would have stepped into my expertise a lot earlier. Building on the last one, you're the expert. And during the sales process, I want you to confidently showcase your expertise. Don't just focus on answering to what clients think they want. Ask them what their goals are, what they're looking to accomplish, and I tell them what I believe is the best approach and what the results are likely to be and in what time frame. And I'm very honest about it. I'm very honest. I tell them what the best approach is. Not that I'm giving them like a whole strategy, but I'm giving them like, this is how we approach it. And if a client tells you what approach to use, that doesn't mean you have to agree with them. And I feel like on the sales call, I'm actually adding value and I'm serving. Whether or not they come to work with me, I'm serving them by sharing my expertise in a valuable and genuine way that will add value and give them an understanding of what is reasonable and realistic, what they can expect. And we talk all the time about expectations not aligning with what's realistic. That's going to set everyone up for disappointment and a failed campaign. And so you're serving them by sharing your expertise. And what this ends up doing is giving your clients more confidence in choosing you because you know your stuff and you're proving it to them. I've had people leave our sales calls and they're like, I learned more in the last hour chatting with you than I learned trying to do this on our own in the last 18 months. And I'm like, yeah, because this is what we do all day long. We know the industry. So step into your expertise. That's what I would have done sooner. Number 5, I would have built my team, or at least had less resistance to bringing on a team or bringing on a team member, my first one. I would have built my team at the beginning. And I was super resistant to the idea of ending my solopreneur journey and building a team. But once I brought on a team, I was able, in the first year after having a team member, I was able to 3x our revenue. And I think back then, my biggest concern was giving away my potential income to pay for someone else. Because for me, I was leaving law where I was making, I think 25 years old, 27, I think, 165 plus a bonus. And I was thinking that I wasn't successful in my new business if I wasn't making what I made in my old career. I felt like giving away my income to pay for someone else meant that I was even farther away from further away from my definition of success. But the ability to leverage my team's time and actually make money on their results and free me up to do things that I love, focus on my zone of genius, the things that light me up instead of all the tedium inside the business. That was so worth that investment. Your time is valuable. It's more valuable than some of the things you're doing, I promise you. With a team on my side for the execution, I can focus on how to grow the business and strategize ways to bring in more of my ideal clients. There are great people out there, and you can build your business the right way with a team where you're focusing on the growth of your business, the overall growth and strategy and, client services. So if I were starting my agency again, I'd be looking to add a team member as fast as possible to support the business and the things that are not my strength, and then be able to leverage their time to make more money and bring on more clients. And maybe in the first few months, it's a little bit of a loss, okay? Maybe. That's okay. It's all building a business, but that person is coming in to support you, and they are going to ultimately make your business a lot more money than if you tried to do it all on your own. and you're going to be less crazy. It's really hard to do everything on your own. Okay, so number 6, I love this one. I would start entering awards right away. You can't, it's like lotto. You got to be in it to win it. Think about that. You can't win if you don't enter. You can't win if you don't submit. So you should be aware of the industry awards that your own agency is eligible for, and there are a lot of them out there, and they're not expensive. It is worth it for the credibility to be able to say you're an award-winning agency, which we are now, and you should go for industry-specific awards along with more general awards. Just throw your hat in the ring because your peers are doing it, and you don't need to wait for something major to happen in your business. Just look at the criteria in the submission process and focus on answering that question. Not what you want to say, but what they want to know. Position what you've done to answer that specific question. Position yourself, your results, your clients, your team, your wins, your growth, whatever it is, in the best light. Give it your best shot. And you never know. I mean, you guys, this is like, I've got top women in PR News, mentor, gold winner, mentor, Inc. Best in Business. Start entering awards. Enter awards. Just enter. You never know. You got to be in it to win it. Okay. And then number 7 is I would spend more time feeling present and enjoying the process. So I would focus on enjoying my business right where it is right now and the stage that it's in. And I would enjoy every new phase and every new period of growth and every win. And I have a gratitude journal because I think it's really important to do a gratitude practice and reflect, on things that you're grateful for. And I talk a lot about my business and my clients and our client wins and my team in my gratitude journal. When I first started my agency, I felt like I was on a journey to a specific destination or level of success. And I felt like I wouldn't be satisfied until I arrived at some abstract accomplishment in the future, like a certain number of clients or a certain dollar amount in revenue. But if I could go back to the beginning, I would be more tuned in to enjoying every phase along the way and look at it all as part of the experience of building a business, which to me is really exciting. Honestly, guys, I love building a business, being an entrepreneur more than being a publicist. I love teaching other people how to run a business. I love teaching people how to create, financial abundance and flexibility and freedom. That's my measure of success. What's interesting and exciting to me is building the business. So, be present. Enjoy the process of building your business. I think it's super exciting. And I would spend more time being present in my work, not always feeling like success was like this elusive place out there in the future, like I had to work towards it. Success becomes a moving goalpost because if your goal is to make 6 figures, and you make it, then you're going to want multiple 6 figures, 7 figures. If you want a 5-figure monthly retainer client and you get it, you're going to want more than one. So it's constantly like a moving goalpost, a moving target. And that can make you feel unsatisfied because you haven't achieved the ultimate thing. But there is no ultimate thing. It should be enjoying your business. It should be building something that's your own. It should be building something that you love and you believe in it and you love going to work. I take 5 steps up to my office from my bedroom. I go down to get my coffee and I come up to my office to start work. 5 steps to my commute. And I'm so happy every day, so happy to come and do it. I just love it. Like, I love it. I love connecting with clients. Like, I love it. And that's what I should have been seeking in the beginning, was more presence in the work I was doing, not some future goal. You know, be present in your work, enjoy it. Don't always feel like success of this is this elusive thing in the future. I think just deciding to do your own thing, starting a business, hanging your shingle, that's exciting. That's something to be in the moment and enjoy. Every little thing you do, like getting your headshots or signing up for G Suite and getting that email address, or sending out your first client outreach email. All of those things are worth celebrating. It's all part of the process. Be present in the moment and celebrate it. So that's my 7. I'm going to recap my 7. Number 1, I would be more selective about the kinds of clients that I worked with and not be afraid to turn down opportunities that aren't the right fit. They're stepping stones in the wrong direction, doesn't serve me, doesn't interest me, not cool, not interesting. I don't care how much you're going to pay me. That's number 1. 2, I would not get so stuck on branding. Just go, start doing the work, leverage those results and build your agency that way. 3, I would stand up for myself and not let clients walk all over me. They don't get to call the shots. 4, I would have stepped into my expertise a lot earlier, start serving clients on that sales call. 5, I would have built my team, or at least had less resistance to bringing on a team at the beginning, right away, because that's when I had quantum growth in my business, not like a percentage of one year to the next. 3x and then another 3x. It was like hockey stick. Okay. Number 6, I would start entering awards. And number 7, I would spend more time feeling present, enjoying the process, and not just have my eye on some future, destination to success. And none of it mattered or was important until I got there. No, it is like these things you're celebrating, Anyway, that's what I have for you guys today. These were the 7 things I'd do differently if I was starting my PR agency all over again. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys soon. Take care.